Hello there. Welcome to the Drifting Spore. I'm Steve. It is not quite supper time. Another gorgeous fall day in Nova Scotia. That's for sure. I'm out in the shed, and as you probably know by now, when I'm out in the shed, I'm trying something new usually. Trying not to burn the place down normally. But anyway, holding to that standard. I'm out in the shed. It's almost supper time. It's been about 3 days since I made one of my mushroom teas, my medicinal mushroom tea there that I make for myself. And I use the word medicinal, but I'm no professional. I don't know anything. I'm just some guy on the internet, right? So don't believe anything I say when it comes to mushrooms or medicinal value or anything like that. So, but what I do for myself is I make myself a mushroom tea, mushroom and herb tea, about every third day is what I shoot for. And I find that keeps my energy levels up, keeps me hip hopping, right? Keeps me in the groove. So it's been about 3 days since I had my last one. And, but I'm out in the shed to make it this time. And that's not normal. And I'm out in the shed to make it this time because I've acquired a new thing that I've been wanting to show you guys. I've been interested to play with it myself. I haven't really had a chance to do much but look at it and read the instructions. So, tonight, out in the shed, I'm going to try out my new to me, old Coleman Tourist Easi-lite camp stove. Original box. Made in Canada. Pretty cool. I don't know if you can see the picture there. A couple nice trout there on the front of it. Very nice. So a fella had this on, she Dusty. A fella had this on the local swap and sell, and I saw it, and then I went away, and then I saw it again, and I was like, man, I've been watching another channel, and the guy on that channel plays with a lot of, works with a lot of Coleman lanterns, and so my interest was kind of piqued on these white gas stoves and kerosene stuff and whatever. So anyway, I saw this one. It was very reasonably priced, I thought, so I picked it up from him. I didn't haggle or anything. Very nice guy. So let's pull this puppy out of the box. So this is the model 431, which doesn't mean a whole lot to me other than it's model 431. So there's the stove there. As you can see, they were called a suitcase stove for good reason. I'll just put the box over here. Oh, I'll show you the back of the box. Taurus 2-burner camp stove. Lightweight, compact, portable, Easi-lite burner control, quick, easy, and convenient operation. Exclusive Banda Blue burners won't rust or burn out. Folding windshields protect against wind. Strong steel case, baked enamel finish. Burns Coleman fuel or naphtha gasoline. Safe, dependable, Coleman quality. Toronto, Canada. So I think these were pretty popular back in the day. I'm thinking these were made between like 1976 and the mid 80s. It's what I've seen. Don't quote me on any of that. Again, I'm just a guy on the internet. So, even more remarkable, it came with the original instructions, parts list, which I'm hearing and seeing is still probably relevant today, right? Very cool. Kind of vintage looking instructions. I've read these over, and I think I know how to get this stove up and running, but we'll see. So, if you're interested in seeing how all this plays out, stick around. Okay, so let's open this up. Let's get a very sturdy hasp there to keep it closed. Like that. And when you open it up, you have your two wind screens. They call them wind shields on the box. And you have your cooking grate. It's a little bit dirty. I'm not worried about that. Two burners. Now these wind screens just hook into these little arms that rotate out. I see they have a couple different positions you can set them in. Oh yeah, you could put them right tight to the stove too if you wanted to. That would provide lots of wind protection there. Let's put them all the way out though for our experiment here. So now, this is your fuel tank, and this is a pressure stove, pressurized stove. So the tank has to be pressurized to feed fuel into it, into the stove. I filled this already. Maybe I should top it up. I put some fuel in it. A can of fuel came with this stove. It's hard to tell. It feels like it's down to about halfway, maybe. Yeah, I think I'm going to top this stove up. So I've got a funnel here. I'm just going to put a little bit more fuel in this stove and try not to make a huge mess here. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so I've turned the pressure. Okay, I can feel air coming out of that hole. So that means the tank is no longer pressurized, or it shouldn't be. This cap is very difficult to get started, I've noticed. It's like tearing my fingers. Let me see if I got a tool. A pair of channel locks should do the trick. There we go. I think I just need to get started. Well, like I say, this is kind of my first real go around. Oh, it sprayed a bit of fuel out on me. Oh my goodness, it's spraying a lot of fuel out. Well, sir, if you're going to do something, you might as well do it completely wrong. That way you learn. So let's mop up some of that white gas. Why did it do that? I thought that by having this out, that it would not be pressurized. It would mean the tank is unpressurized or depressurized. I guess that's not the case. 2 turns or more. I'm gonna do some investigating. See what's up. Okay, I've read through the directions again. I don't see how to get pressure off this stove. Like how to bleed pressure off. I've opened this up. I'm just slowly turning this knob with a rag over it so it can't gush fuel over everywhere again. And letting some of the pressure come off out of it. I think that's it there now. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, because I'm probably going to make a mess. We'll put a rag down here. Yeah, I wouldn't say that stove's full or anything. So, where's that can of camp fuel I got? And my funnel will be right here. I don't think this is going to take very much. Maybe I should try to get this set so I can fill it without spilling everywhere. Okay, let's try it like this now. Yeah. That's probably going to spill if I do it like that. Let's see if I can do it like this. Probably not going to need very much, I don't think. just trying to watch because the funnel goes in enough that if I can stop filling before it, oh, right there, before it climbs out of the funnel, I should be okay. I shouldn't spill too much. I know I've spilled a little bit. That's to be expected, I guess. Okay, we got that part done. Now I'm gonna replace the cap, clean any excess fuel off this tank with my rag here. It says to make sure that cap is nice and tight. I'm gonna wipe up any excess fuel that got around everywhere. Okay. Wow. Let's get this stove pumped up and see if we can get it lit. Okay, as far as pumping on this stove goes, it says to pump it 40 times or more for a full tank of fuel. So you just take this rod here that I thought was releasing pressure but was not. So normally that is turned all the way to the right, which is locked. And it says right here, close that way. So it says 2 full turns to the left. Hold the plunger like this, cover the little hole in the end, and pump 40 times. So that's 40. And get them shut. It said something about there being no resistance when it's closed when you do that too. I don't know what that meant. I'm going to try pumping it again, just in case something ain't right. Oh no, there's plenty of resistance there. Feels okay to me. So now we're going to insert the tip end through this hole here and get her set up. Okay, so your tank goes on the outside here. It just pokes right into that hole. You got your little tabs here that slide in. They kind of drop down once they're in. All that looks legit to me. Now, I got my gloves handy. I got my cooking rack. I'm going to put it back on now. So, maybe I'll put you guys back a little bit for the lighting. Let me see how high you're looking here. Oh, you should be okay. I'll tip you up a little bit, maybe. Or bring you back a little bit. There. Now up some. Okay, let's try lighting this thing. So, it matches here. They're pretty old though, I don't know if I can strike these or not. So it says to turn this to the light position. This stove has the Easi-lite feature, which is a pretty big deal. So you turn it to the light, which is right there. Light it with a match. Let it go for 60 seconds. And then turn it to high or low and adjust your flame from there. So, well, let's see if we can light this. It's a little bit windy out today. Here we go. Okay. We're in the light position. That's pretty cool. That looks pretty good to me. Okay, now it's been about 60 seconds. I was counting and then I lost track, so I just waited a bit. So now we can put it down to our high and low settings. So that's high there. Low goes really low, like down to almost nothing. So I'm going to turn it on low for just a second because I got to get a timer set up. I want to see how long this takes to boil off my Yeti full of water for my tea. Ready. So we've got my timer ready. Got my water here. Now I had it's a bit more than a Yeti full of water there. So I'm going to bring the water to a boil first. Then I'm going to turn it down low and let it steep for like 20 or 25 minutes. And then we'll pour it off. So let's get this on high. Woo. And let's see how long this takes. Start. Just give me a rough idea. That's all. Oh, I've also got the satellite burner. I haven't tried it yet either. Control for it just pulls out the side. Man, that primary burner is working great. I'll bring you in close so you can see that here in a second. I'm not too worried about the satellite burner. I don't really want to mess with it right now while I'm doing this. Three minutes in, and I'm pretty sure I got steam. Oh yeah, I got steam rolling. For sure. In 3 minutes. I got bubbles. This is going to be to boil in no time. Four minutes and 20 seconds, man. We are at a nice rolling boil there. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. That's amazing. I really like that. I'm going to leave my cover off here for a minute. Stop my timer. Turn this guy down to low. Not super low, because it's steeping time now. I'll put you guys back on the tripod, and I'll start firing some mushroom in there. Let's get that down to a nice simmer right there now too. So let me show you what I'm going to put in my tea. What I would call tea anyway. So the first thing I always put in is Fomitopsis mounceae, northern red belt. That's a polypore mushroom, of course. He goes in first, always a full slice of him. So the second thing I would put in, that needs just a little bit higher heat, I would say. I want to keep it just on a simmer. Now that it's boiled, that looks pretty good. Shouldn't touch that. So the next thing going in is going to be a few florets of turkey tail. Trametes versicolor. Very nice. Very good mushroom. I always put a few of that one in. Found some really nice fresh stuff. So my supply is all super good and super fresh of turkey tail. So the next one I'm going to put in is another polypore. This one is the artist conch, Ganoderma applanatum. He's also a really good one. He can go in the pot. The next one, now this is really, not every tea has all the same mushrooms. I have a variety of mushrooms, and I will, depending on my mood, throw in whichever ones I like. My base ones would be the northern red belt and the turkey tail. They go in every tea. Every other mushroom I swap out as I feel. This is a Phellinus species. I would think of it as Phellinus ignarius, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Either way, Phellinus, commonly called Meshima. Very good mushroom. He's going in the pot. Tonight it's Thursday night, so I'm throwing in something a little special tonight. That is a wee little sliver. I don't have very much of it, but that is Ganoderma tsugae. All of these mushrooms have been dehydrated till they're cracker dry. So Ganoderma tsugae is like the hemlock reishi, people call it reishi, things like that they call it. The mushroom of immortality. Anyway, another really great one. I love that one. So for herbs, that's all the mushrooms for now. For herbs, I've got, I always put in 3 heads of self-heal. Prunella vulgaris. There's a better one. Self-heal's still on the go, I think. You could still get out there and get some. I got a lot when it came out earlier in the year. So I always put in 3 heads of that into my tea. And always at the end, the last thing that goes in is my spruce tips. Harvested spruce tips there, first of summer. I don't know if you can see them. I don't want them to all fall apart. And I just fresh froze those, and I throw them into pretty much every tea that I make. Now, the reasons why I would make a cup of tea like this, you can use Google to find that out. Just Google any of the names of the mushrooms that I've spoke of, or the herbs, and you'll find lots of information on there. Enjoy the reading. So I'm going to let that steep now for 20 minutes. Or 25 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to set my timer, and we're going to let that steep. That is cruising along perfectly. Look at that. Just nice. Let's get that at a perfect simmer. Excellent. So I'm too curious not to do it. I want to see if this satellite burner works. So it's got a control knob here that you just pull out. Light your match, same as the other side. And then twist the knob that you pulled out. Oh, there it goes. Can't really see if that's going or not. I'm going to shut it down because I can't tell if that's burning or not. Maybe turn this one up a little bit. You would think that that one's going to rub from that one. I'll try it once more. Turn this one up a little bit. And then try that one. And I didn't read no instructions on this either. I don't want to boil my mushrooms too hard. Slow down. Oh, why am I trying to do that? I brought a lighter out, I think. Yes, I did. Okay, let's try this one more time. Yeah, that's... it's hard to tell when you get it up there if it's running or not. Hmm. There it is. It must be going beyond what it's capable of or something. It's working there now. Huh. Weird. Yeah, see, it works better the more I'm giving this side. That side doesn't look as hot now. This side looks hotter. Yeah, that side's definitely running harder now. Okay, well, that works. That works just fine. So let's turn this one back down. Get him back down to a simmer. Yeah, perfect. Wonder, can you see that? Hard to see that blue flame, but that's lovely blue flame there. Okay, that second burner works. I always say I'm in the shed doing this experiment, but I wanted to show you that, right? Like, I've got ventilation, got both doors open, man doors open, so I am not doing this indoors. I am in a well-ventilated area. It's a pretty good simmer. I'm okay with that. It's not really boiling. The timer has expired. So first, I don't think that's crazy hot. No, that's good. Let's get the stove shut off. So I've got to go from low now. I can't go to off from here. So I think I've got to go through high, and then to light, and then to off. Feels like I got that shut off. That's going to take a couple seconds to shut down, I think, is what I saw. And that's okay. So let's pour this tea while that's shutting down. Okay, let's pour off this cup of tea. I'm running it through a coffee filter just because, right, it's mushrooms, loose tea, mushrooms and herbs, and that'll be chunky. If you just drink it, you can just drink it. It's fine that way too, but I prefer to strain it through a strainer, through a coffee filter. Another bit just like that. Oh, that's going to be perfect right there. That filter didn't really capture much of nothing. I mean, it filtered everything out. It just, there wasn't much in there. Most of it stayed in the pot, I would say. So my stove's out. I'm going to let it just cool down. I've got my cup of tea now. I can sip on this for the rest of the evening. Do a taste test there now. I've become accustomed to the taste of this. I mean, it's, I remember when I started doing these teas, it's bitter. It's very, very bitter. But I don't find it bitter anymore. I've been drinking these types of teas for almost 2 years now, I think. Coming on 2 years. So maybe it's been a year. I don't know. I don't do time well. Perfect. Oh yeah, it's nice and bitter. couldn't be more impressed with the little Coleman Tourist Easi-lite camp stove, man. Very nice, works really well. Very happy with it. I'll be taking this out on drifts. It'll come out car camping. I'll get use out of this for sure. Boiled water in like 4 minutes and 20 seconds. And that was like a full Yeti of water or more than a full Yeti, because there's still water in the pot here. Boiled that in 4 minutes and 20 seconds. That's impressive. In my book, that's impressive. I like that. Anyway, folks, just a quick shed experiment. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, and remember, you'll never find anything if you don't go look. Get out and have a look. Bye for now.